going to be sharing with you my latest Amazon haul. It doesn't matter if you're a homeschooling family or if you're just a family that needs extra resources lying around to help with your children. These can be used in any household, so let's jump right in. Decided to join me here today. My name is Samantha, and today we're going to jump right into all of the things that I got in our recent Amazon haul. The first thing that I picked up in our haul was the Burgess Bird Book for Children. Now, I have been seeing this circulate around for years with different homeschool mamas, and I was always kind of on the back burner about purchasing this, and I'm going to tell you why. I just assumed that it was a book about birds. I had no idea that this was a collection of just short stories based around wildlife. And I was introduced to it actually this year with my daughter's curriculum with The Good and the Beautiful. They had several different passages from the Burgess Bird Book for Children in her language arts, and we enjoyed these stories so much. I think there were about 3 in her book this year. And so it really introduced me to the fact that this was a book. It was actually a book of stories. It wasn't just a book about birds. So I'm really excited to incorporate this into our homeschool. I believe I'm probably going to do that next year. We're pretty solid on read-alouds for the rest of the year and even into the summer. So I'm planning on incorporating this next year for us, and I really think that my children are going to enjoy it. This is a classic. It is over 80 years old, and it still remains a very popular book and one that you can read to your children no matter what time of the day it is. This is going to be a good one. The next thing that I picked up was the Slow Down book, the 50 Mindful Moments in Nature. This was something that I've also just kind of had in my Amazon cart. I wasn't sure if I wanted to pull the plug on it or not because we do have so many nature books that we already incorporate into our homeschool. But I'm so glad that I made the decision to buy it because it's wonderful. The illustrations are perfect. I'm going to show you a quick flip through of this. This is how dew collects on a leaf. A butterfly emerges from a chrysalis. A duck teaches her ducklings to swim. And it's just all of these nature moments that if you don't slow down and enjoy them and really just stop and enjoy the moment of when these things are happening, you might miss it. And I think that this is also just a really good reflection in our own lives of how we can get so busy in this world that we live in, and for us just to slow down and enjoy nature and just go out with our children and let them just explore and just be in the creation of the Lord, and to just enjoy those moments as we have them in our home, as we are home educating them, to just give them that part of their childhood that they so desire. But you could do this anytime. You could do this on a weekend if you went for a hike somewhere, or if you went for a camping trip, you could take this book along with you and just kind of stop and enjoy nature and just read these short stories of how nature comes to be. I love this, and I'm excited to incorporate this into our homeschool, probably even now. Like, I'm not going to wait to do this. We're going to start doing this now. Also, if you have littles, if you have a preschooler, kindergarten, first grade, even second grade, this would be a fantastic little science study for them, especially if you did get a unit study to kind of go along with this book. This is science in itself. You don't need a curriculum to do science. This is going to teach them so much in this book. So that's also another option for your homeschool. If you're not really a curriculum-based mama who enjoys stuff like that, if you lean more towards a Charlotte Mason approach, this would be fantastic for that. I love that. Okay, the next book that I got, I was going to buy this book, and then I saw that they came out with another one. It's Slow Down and Be Here Now. More of the same. I was flipping through it last night. It's just in addition to the stories that they've already published. See a firefly glow in the dark. And see flowers bloom at night. I'm going to see if you can see that. I'm going to move over so you can. Watch a caterpillar create its own leaf tint. I mean, it's just amazing what they have created in this book with their illustrations. Hey, sweet girl.
Hello.
See a leafcutter ant cut and carry a heavy load. So, you finished math? All right. Okay, so this is my oldest.
Hi.
So what she does every morning is usually I'm doing math with my kindergartner, and I get her started on her independent work in math. And so she's been doing that this morning, doing her independent work before we get into any new concepts in her lesson. And you forgot to do your multiplication maze.
Oh no.
So go do that.
I'll be back.
You'll be back. Thank you.
You book.
Okay. So, I love how I can just do these videos and they can just pop in and out. It's not like a big deal to me at all. We do this as a family. We do everything as a family, so it's nice that I can do this at home with them. And sometimes it does get a bit overwhelming with my 3-year-old who likes to get on the camera sometimes, but it's fine. So, okay, so Slow Down and Be Here Now. So this is just an extension of this, and super excited about both of these books. This would be a great addition to any home if you're just wanting to really lean into those science concepts with your kiddos, but approach it in a way that's not like a book-based curriculum. It's kind of like, oh, let's look at this nice little picture book, but we're going to sneak in some learning in addition to that, and they don't even realize what you're doing. So that's a great thing that you could do for your family. Hey, Bubba.
Hey.
What you doing?
I saw a squirrel and I kind of want to shoot it.
You saw a squirrel?
Yeah, and it's still out there.
Apparently, my son saw a squirrel outside his window, and he's all excited about that. But while I'm doing this, my oldest, like I said, she's doing her independent review for her math, and my son is doing handwriting, and then they're both having their quiet times in their rooms so that I can shoot this video. So it's kind of like a multitasking thing this morning. I can do this while they're doing their independent work. They don't need me for those things, and then we can all kind of come together and do our different subjects, so it works out. The next thing I have for our Amazon haul today is the Brown Bear Wood Grand Old Oak in the Birthday Ball, and this is more than 100 things to find. Now, the reason I picked this up is because I bought this probably 2 years ago. It's if you go down to the woods today. Me and my kiddos have cuddled up on the couch more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times with this book. The illustrations, I know I say that about every book, that the illustrations are just phenomenal, but they really are. And I guess that's more of the type of book that I lean towards. If the illustrations are wonderful, I'm probably gonna buy it. But what it is that you just have a short poem, and then it gives you all of these different things to find with your kiddos in this beautiful picture. And you can't see this. Okay, so now you can see it. So it gives you the short poem on every page, and then it gives you what to spot down here. And you can look in this beautiful picture and you can spot all of these different things with your children. And it's really just a time where you can just spend that wonderful time with them, just loving and cuddling with them. And it's a nice little break from lessons. It's a nice little break if you just want to do like a reading day with your children. And we have enjoyed this one so much. So we've done this one and we continue to do this one. There's so many different things that you can see and find in here. It's not like that they get used to it and they can just go right to that item and point to it. They can't memorize all of this. So we've done this more than once. But I saw where they have this one now. So it's more of the same. It's just the short little poem. And then you can come down here and you can find all of the different things in the picture books. So that's the end of the book. But I'm not doing very good on this flip through, am I? Okay, I think I just did this one. Okay, so this is another one. And it's just beautiful. And it's just a great little break from the day-to-day if you just want to stop and do this. But you could do this at any time with your kiddos. You could do this on a Sunday when you're just lounging around after church and you want to do something with them. But you don't necessarily want to do an activity or anything strenuous. You just want to have a lazy day with your family. And this is a perfect addition to that. Or if you do more of a Sabbath type Sunday where you don't do much work and you just kind of want to read and draw and do art and spend time together as a family, this would be a perfect addition to that as well. So I'm really excited to start this also. Next thing that I picked up from our Amazon haul is Theology. Now, I have also seen this floating around on several different Homeschool Mamas channels for years now, and I picked it up because I was very curious as to what it entailed. This is basically why we believe what we believe as Christians, and it's taking it in a very gentle approach for children. So it says that you can start this with your early elementary students anywhere from ages 6 to 9. My son is 5 and he is going to understand everything in this book. I was looking through it a bit last night and I really think that we've covered all of the concepts that are addressed in this book, but I think that it's just going to further solidify what we've already talked about and kind of come at it in a different approach. But it also says that you can use this for upper elementary students also anywhere from ages 10 to 12 because it gives scriptures that you can look up and read together as a family. So that may be more geared towards your older elementary students. But it just goes through everything. It goes through obviously sin, how sin entered the world. It goes through how God gave us a way to cover sin, and that was through his son Jesus. How Jesus is completely God. It covers the Trinity. We are safely hidden in Christ. It just gives all of these different ways to look at our Christian faith and to have that Bible time, that sweet Bible time with your children every day. And this is not something that you have to do as a homeschooling family. This is something that you could do as a family who just reads the Bible together every night. As a family, we do that every night. We sit down and we read the Bible and we pray together before we go to bed. But I also do a Bible time in the morning with my children for our homeschool. So you could do this at any point, and it just allows your children to learn those concepts associated with our Christian faith and why we believe what we believe, which in today's culture, in today's world, it is so important for our children to have that firm foundation of faith in Jesus, because if we don't teach them these things, the world is going to teach them something completely different. So I'm excited to start this probably next year with our children. We're already doing a very in-depth curriculum from Apologia called Who is God? And we've been kind of slowly just kind of getting through that. But I think this is going to be a good addition to our school next year. Okay, so she just got done with her last little bit of independent math. This is her multiplication maze. And we use Simply Good and Beautiful. We're in Math 3. So yeah, that looks good. And we will do your lesson in just a minute.
Okay.
Did you do your quiet time? Okay, let's go do that, okay? No. Go do your quiet time. Oh, and can you tell your brother and sister to quiet it down in there? Okay, thank you. I feel like you guys probably can hear them hollering. I think they're wrestling in there. Okay, but we're almost done with the video, so we'll be good. Next thing that I picked up from our Amazon haul is the Fallacy Detective. Now, this is 38 lessons on how to recognize bad reasoning. I've also seen this from a different homeschool mama, how she did this with her older children. Now, I wasn't sure about the ages that this needed to be done with, but when I got it and I kind of was flipping through it, I saw where, I think it's age 10. I can't find it now. I can't find the ages. I think that it's age 10 to 12 is when you can start this. But what it covers is just basically bad reasoning. It covers the red herring fallacies, circular reasoning, slippery slopes, assumptions, generalization, analogies, repetition, snob appeal. So basically, this is teaching your children how to recognize when something they have been told or something they have seen or heard is not true. It teaches your children how to become critical thinkers, how to allow somebody to tell them something but then kind of go off and research for themselves, to understand that everything that they're told or that they hear or that they read is not necessarily true, especially in today's world. So this is going to equip our children to be better thinkers, to be able to reason better, and to be able to recognize when something is a lie, which is, somebody's messaging me, which is imperative in today's world. So with this, my daughter will be 9 when we start school for 2025-26. I'm thinking that we're going to incorporate this into our school next year. I think that she's going to be fine stepping into a little bit more of a tougher subject to teach us more of logic and how to reason well. And it's not anything just, you know, great. It's a black and white book. So I think the content is going to be where it's at. And I'm excited to address this with her because this is something that I was not taught as a child. I'm actually really excited to read it myself. I just finished reading the book Mother Culture by Karen Andriola, and I have it right here. I wish that I could put everything that's in this book. I wish I could just download it from my brain into your brain, because this is such a good book. I know of so many mamas who have read this book who are not homeschool mamas. They're just moms that want to improve their lives, their children's lives, and this is so good. I felt like that so many of my thoughts, that Miss Karen just wrote them down in her chapters, especially the chapter on, I'm not going to be able to, here it is. You can see I said life-changing chapter. This is Twice Blessed. And I'm pulling this out right now because this is how I feel with stuff like this. I feel like that we are being twice blessed in our homeschool because my daughter is learning this, but so am I. Like, there are so many concepts that I've already taught our children that I'm learning just as much as they are. And I tell them that. I tell them, you know, Mama's learning something today because I wasn't taught this in school. And so this is a perfect example of that. I'm excited to start this next year. But for this book, I am going to link this below with all of the other things in the haul that I got, because this book is so good. If you're a homeschool mama, I would implore you to read this book. It's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy read. And if you are a mama just looking to improve your lifestyle and your children and just how to raise them up in a way that is godly and just cherish them, like, this is perfect, but it also speaks to how us as moms, we also need this mother culture. We are also learning alongside of our children, whether we want to or not, and to take that time to just sit down for 5 minutes instead of rushing around the house like I tend to do, trying to get everything done, but just to realize that, you know, waiting for 5 minutes and taking that time to drink a cup of tea, or taking that time to read a chapter in your book, or taking that time just to go out for a walk and get a breath of fresh air, that those things are so important for us as moms. And so I can't recommend this enough. And I apologize, my phone just keeps going off. I need to silence it, so let's do that. Okay, no more notifications. Okay, so I will link this below. If you get nothing else today, I would recommend highly that you purchase this and that you read this, or go check it out from your local library. I'm sure if they don't have a copy, they could get you a copy. And it is by Miss Karen Andriola. Wonderful, wonderful book. Okay, the next thing I got in our haul is the Thinking Toolbox. Now, this is just in addition to the Fallacy Detective. This is just the next book in the series. And so I got this. This is just more of the same. It is telling us tools for thinking, just increasing those critical thinking skills. It tells us what is a discussion, what is a disagreement or an argument, or what is a fight. How to defeat your own argument, using the opposing viewpoints chart. Who has a reason to lie? You can't believe everything you hear. Circumstantial evidence. It's just how to debate people, honestly, and how to realize when something is a lie. More of the same. I'm excited to do this next year with my child, or with my 8-year-old. No, it would be 9-year-old. She's going to be 9, so it would be my 9-year-old next year. Last thing for the haul today, I have 2 different reads that I have been waiting to start, and I just finished with Mother Culture. I normally have a couple of books going at the same time, so this one is something that I'm actually ashamed to say as a homeschool mama that I have not read this yet, but it keeps coming up. It just keeps coming up. So that is my way of knowing that the Lord wants me to read it, because it just, I'm seeing it everywhere. So this is For the Children's Sake, Foundations of Education for Home and School. Now, this is one of the books that homeschool mamas, they love to read, because it is so inspirational. However, much like Mother Culture, so many mamas that do not homeschool also read this book because they care. They want to know ways that they can improve their life with their children, even if they are not homeschooling. And this is a way to do it, guys. So let's see. It says, what is education? Authority and freedom, a new perspective, a science of relationships, and children are born persons. Now that is a Charlotte Mason quote. But this, I'm excited. I'm excited to jump into this, and I probably will start this week sometime. So, For the Children's Sake, that is one book. And the last book that I picked up is C.S. Lewis, The Screwtape Letters. Now, this is also going to speak into the twice blessed thing. I have never read C.S. Lewis. I've never read this wonderful just philosopher of our faith. I've never watched the Chronicles of Narnia. I have never read the Chronicles of Narnia. I've looked into several different of his books that I'm excited to read. But this is the one that really caught my eye, just because of the world we live in and how I want to raise my children in a way that is so different from anything that is accepted nowadays. I want to be so counterculture that our life looks nothing like the world would have it to look. And the more and more I dig into that, the more and more I realize of different things that we could be doing to assist in that lifestyle. And I just am so thankful for the people that God has placed in our lives that are showing us a different way to raise our children and to live as a family. I think one of the things that the enemy does such a good job of is to keep us so busy as individuals and as families that one day we look up and it's all over and our children are grown and we're like, where did the time go? I do not want to do that at all. I want to be such a special part of my children's life every day of their life, and I want to just embrace that lifestyle with everything that I am. And so for us, my 3-year-old toddler. So for us, that means homeschool. For us, that means traveling and seeing the world. For us, that means just having these different adventures. Wherever the Lord takes us, we want to be aware of His call on our lives, and we want to have the faith and the trust in Him to actually do those things. And it's just a special life to have a Christian viewpoint, a biblical viewpoint, to realize that the Bible is the ultimate truth and that we should filter everything in our lives through the Bible and through Jesus and His life and His teachings. And so for us, that is super important. And I know I'm getting off on a tangent like I always do, but that is it for our homeschool haul today. And I appreciate you being here with me, giving me your time today to watch this video. If you don't mind, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more homeschool content, more adventure content from our family and our travels. And we appreciate you being here so much with us today. It has been a blessing and an honor, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye, guys.